The anticipation surrounding Moreno is huge. Will he be joining the Wildcats? Friday's decision could very well solidify Pope's position even further as one of the top names in college basketball recruiting. Have you subscribed to the channel yet? It's no surprise that Moreno is in the spotlight. With his commanding presence on the court and technical skills that have earned him the title of the #1 player in the state of Kentucky for the 2025 class, he's become a top priority not just for Kentucky, but also for powerhouse programs like Indiana, Arkansas, North Carolina, and Ohio State. The battle for his commitment is fierce, but there's a growing belief that Kentucky is in a prime position to secure him. What makes this battle even more intriguing is the backstory. Moreno is a product of Great Crossing High School, located close to Kentucky, and his familiarity with the Wildcats program could be a decisive factor. Additionally, Pope's ability to build genuine and meaningful connections with recruits seems to be paying off, and Moreno's commitment would be the ultimate validation of this strategy. In the eyes of many, Moreno's commitment would not only be a triumph for Pope and his staff, but also a clear signal that Kentucky basketball is ready to reclaim its prominent place on the national stage. It would be Pope's first major high school commitment, and perhaps the most significant of his career so far. Adding Moreno to the Wildcats roster would not only strengthen the team on the court, but also send a powerful message to other top recruits that Kentucky, under Pope's leadership, remains an elite destination. Pope has already shown a remarkable ability to attract local talent, with recent additions like Travis Perry and Trent Noah in the 2024 class. Although Perry originally committed under John Calipari, his reaffirmation of that commitment after Pope's arrival suggests that players are buying into the new coach's vision. Moreno, being the first major commitment purely under Pope's direction, would hold special significance and could open the door to a new era of recruiting success at Kentucky. There's a palpable sense of optimism among fans and analysts who strongly believe that Pope will bring Moreno to Lexington. Travis Branham, one of the top recruiting analysts at 247 Sports, has already predicted that Kentucky will be Moreno's destination, reinforcing the confidence that the Wildcats are leading this race. The impact of a commitment like this cannot be overstated. Moreno would not only add a dominant physical presence to Kentucky's roster, but would also symbolize the new direction the program is taking under Pope's leadership. Pope's ability to secure the commitment of such a highly sought-after player as Moreno would be a clear demonstration of his prowess in the high-stakes world of top-tier recruiting. With Moreno's decision set for Friday, the anxiety is building, but there's a growing sense that the Wildcats have the momentum needed to secure his commitment. The ceremony at Great Crossings Gym could become a defining moment in Kentucky's recent history, marking the beginning of a new era of success under Mark Pope. Malachi Moreno's commitment would be a significant boost for the program, setting Kentucky up to compete at the highest level of college basketball. Let's go forward. The journey of the Kentucky Wildcats under Mark Pope's leadership has been one of adaptation and evolution. Pope, a coach who came with the mission of restoring the program's glory, has shown solid work, particularly in the realm of recruiting, an area that historically defines the success of any college basketball team. And now, with the recent news that four-star center Eric Reibe has scheduled an official visit to Kentucky basketball, the anticipation surrounding the Wildcats' future is only growing. Eric Reibe, an imposing presence on the court, is not just another name on the recruiting list. He's a true giant. Hailing from Germany, he brought his talent to the United States, where he now plays for the Bullis School in Potomac, Maryland. His trajectory already places him among the best, with a national ranking of 38th in the 247 Sports composite, solidifying his position as the fourth best center in the 2025 class. Reibe's name is not only familiar to Wildcats fans, but to the entire college basketball landscape. He is being courted by some of the sport's biggest powerhouses, including Kansas, UConn, and North Carolina. Reibe's decision to officially visit Kentucky on September 13th is a testament to the weight the program still carries, even amidst intense competition. For Mark Pope, bringing a talent like Eric Reibe to Lexington would be a significant milestone. Reibe is not just another recruit. He represents the kind of player who can alter the course of a season. Pope, who has already been showcasing his recruiting prowess, knows that adding a center of this caliber to the Wildcats roster could transform the team into a true powerhouse. Pope's work thus far has been commendable. He has kept Kentucky relevant in the college basketball scene, even while facing challenges that few could have foreseen. Reibe's recruitment journey is intriguing in its own right. He has already narrowed his list to 11 schools, and they are not just any institutions. Besides Kentucky, Creighton, Harvard, Indiana, Kansas, North Carolina, Ohio State, Oregon, Stanford, UConn, and West Virginia are all in the running. With visits already made to Harvard and West Virginia, and more scheduled for Kansas, UConn, North Carolina, Indiana, and Oregon, it's clear that Reibe is making a careful choice, one that will define his career and potentially the future of any program he decides to join. For Kentucky, Reibe's visit is a golden opportunity. It's a chance to showcase not only the top-notch facilities and the rich history of the program, but also to present Pope's vision for the Wildcats' future. A future that, with Reibe on the team, could very well be bright. It would be incredibly gratifying to see a talent like Eric Reibe join the Kentucky Wildcats. He would bring not only impressive on-court skills, but also the potential to be a central pillar in the program's resurgence under Pope's leadership. The coach has proven himself adept at building a solid team, and adding a player of Reibe's caliber would be a testament to the success of that construction. Will we see him in Kentucky? We'll just have to wait and see. The Kentucky Brotherhood, a concept long cherished among players and fans of college basketball. Recently, Karl-Anthony Towns, one of the program's most prominent alumni, discussed this idea during his appearance on Paul Feinbaum's show, highlighting the deep, enduring bond that unites everyone who has ever donned the blue and white of Kentucky. Towns, who was a central figure during his time at Kentucky under John Calipari, now shines as a star in the NBA, but his connection to the program remains unbreakable. During the interview, KD spoke passionately about how former Wildcats cheer for each other and are always ready to support each other's success, even when they're on opposite sides of the court. This camaraderie, he emphasized, is one of the pillars that make Kentucky more than just a basketball program. It's a true brotherhood. The concept of brotherhood at Kentucky is not new, but the way Towns articulated it highlights the authenticity of this sentiment. He wasn't just repeating a familiar mantra. He was expressing a lived truth, an experience that transcends college courts and continues in the NBA. And with so many former Wildcats spread throughout the league, this brotherhood has only grown, strengthening Kentucky's legacy as a breeding ground for professional basketball talent. Even with the transition from Calipari to Mark Pope, the essence of this brotherhood remains intact. Pope, who has taken on the challenge of leading the Wildcats, faces a monumental task, but he has the support of this vast network of alumni who continue to carry the Kentucky torch with pride. The connection between current and former players is something Pope deeply values, and it's easy to imagine that he will further foster this culture of unity and mutual support. The arrival of Rob Dillingham to the Timberwolves, where he will join Towns, is a perfect example of how this brotherhood manifests in practice. Dillingham, one of the latest products of the Kentucky program, will now have the opportunity to learn and grow alongside KT, who has already made his name in the league. For Wildcats fans, it's an exciting narrative to see these bonds being strengthened with each new season, whether in the NCAA or the NBA. With Dillingham joining an already talented core in the Timberwolves, led by Towns, expectations are high. And for Kentucky fans, there's a particular thrill in seeing two former Wildcats sharing the same court, both representing the heritage and excellence that define Kentucky basketball. The connection between them, fueled by this unique brotherhood, promises not only to strengthen the team, but also to continue writing the Wildcats' history in the NBA. As we approach Big Blue Madness, the event that officially kicks off Kentucky's basketball season. Anticipation is running high. This year, more than ever, there's a sense of renewal and continuity. With so many alumni returning to support the program and new talents emerging under Mark Pope's guidance, the 2024 Big Blue Madness is shaping up to be one of the most memorable in a long time. The Kentucky Brotherhood, as described by Karl Anthony Towns, is a living, breathing force. It is the backbone of a program that, over the decades, has not only produced elite players, but has also forged bonds that stand the test of time. And now, what do you think? I'd love to hear your comments.